Welcome to the Knock-On Effect, the rugby show where we say what the pundits won't. In today's video, we're taking a look back on the action between Ireland and Fiji, giving our thoughts on the performance and discussing the pushback that the Irish media has received. Let's get stuck in. The match started exactly how Ireland would have wanted. A Gus McCarthy line-out, off the top, popped back inside to a big run from Doris, 7-0. Fiji responded with some big carries. Craig Casey learned quickly about how physical they are. Soon after was the yellow card for Prendergast. We'll come back to that later. The team held together well in his absence though, with Osborne taking over the touch-finding duties. A silky 5-metre tap and goal move led to Josh van der Fleer crossing the whitewash for Ireland's second try, Casey stepping up to knock over the conversion. Prendergast came back on, kicks one ball dead and another out in the full. Casey involved again with a tap and go, almost leading to a third Irish try, if not for a forward pass by Mac Hansen. Stockdale had some decent carries, he looked very confident in the opening exchanges. Prendergast grew into the game, with some brilliant delayed passes opening up space for runners. Kieran Frawley came on to replace the injured Jamie Osborne, who'd been solid up to that point. The match started getting messier. Ireland wins some scrums, but the line-out fluctuating. Frawley took a late shot to the ribs, which left its mark. I couldn't help but think if Rory Best was on the pitch, he would have pulled the ref on it. The match became very open, but Ireland were capitalising off the scraps. Casey had a flying finish in the corner, and Sam Prendergast's crossfield kick to Mac Hansen brought the first 40 minutes to a close, 28-3 at half-time. If you've been enjoying the video, please do make sure to like and subscribe. It honestly massively helps us out in creating more of this kind of unfiltered rugby content. Back to the match. Ireland successfully killed off any hope of a Fijian comeback in the beginning of the second half. Some quick hands from Izuchukwu led to an early Bundyaki try. The Irish bench was emptied early, which made a very open match even messier. Kieran Frawley looking much more comfortable in the centre. Gus McCarthy led a rolling maul over the try line for his debut try. Fiji fought back with a couple of tries of their own. Their hard work was quickly undone, however, with a silly yellow card for diving over the top of a ruck. A slick pass from Casey gave Mac Hansen his second try. The evening ended just how it began. A well-worked line-out move involving Doris sends Kelleher over for the final try of the evening. A slightly late hit on Kelleher had Craig Casey battling the Fijians. It was only handbag stuff, but it exemplifies the scrum half's fighting spirit. The match ended 52-17 to Ireland. Right, so breaking this one down, there's plenty of positives to take away from it. We spoke in the build-up about how this could be a great opportunity for some players to play with a bit more freedom. By God did they take that liberty. I thought Doris looked much better in his overall game, but where you would have liked to have seen him step up as a captain, he was a bit missing. It's a balancing act and I'm sure it's one that he'll get the hang of. Casey was my man of the match. He never stopped fighting. Great flying finish and even a conversion to boot. Overall, the game was manic. We came out well on top, but Fiji were far too unorganised. Which leads us to the man of the moment, Sam Prendergast. I hope he learned a valuable lesson. His entire game revolves around him being cool, calm and collected. The yellow card was quite uncharacteristic. On another day, that could have been upgraded. When he came back on, he looked to be forcing things a bit again with some poor kicks. When he settled down though, he grew into the match and started to put his skills on show. He did very well to bounce back, so fair play to him for that. But I couldn't help but wonder, would he have made the same uncharacteristic errors had he not had a huge amount of pressure put on him? He performed very well given the circumstances, but this week has been a reminder that he is still a young man who needs to evolve another level or two before he's in the conversation. As we said, he needs to earn his stripes with Leinster. Now something tells me that if Crowley had performed like that, the narrative would have been all about how he's not a big match player, unable to cope with the pressure, etc, etc. Which leads us to the media, or as Donncha Callaghan calls them, the blue media. There has been a fairly strong pushback, not just from the video that we did or from any other Irish sources, but even the likes of the Rugby Pod covering it. It's great to see that people are getting tired of the same old shite, and there's plenty of people willing to go against the narrative. The Irish broadcasters did their best to distance themselves from what they contributed to last week, but we won't forget that. Thankfully, the URC is back this week and we can all go back to our regular scheduled programming. We started this channel because we love rugby. We're just a couple of fans giving our 2 cents and having a laugh along the way. If you're anything like us, be sure to hit like and subscribe. We're not going anywhere. Cheers for watching. Catch you at the next one.